Good morning friends. Welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss about storage classes in detail. So I request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. Any variable defines two properties. One is the data type and the storage class. Let me write the syntax of a variable. We will have the storage class of a variable, and then we have to specify the data type, and we have to specify the variable name ends with a semicolon. So this is the way you have to declare a variable. But till now we are just mentioning it as int a or float c, like that we are specifying, because we are only specifying the data type and the name of the variable. But now we will discuss about the storage classes also. Now you know what is this data type will define, what kind of values this variable a can store. As it the data type is int, this variable a can store the integer constants, and also it specify what kind of values, means what range of values it can store. Are you able to understand? Earlier I related to the data types, I have discussed in detail what is the range of short int, what is the range of int, what is the range of long int. So based on that one you can store the values. Now what the storage class will tell? The storage class will tell the four things. One is the scope of the variable, and another one is the lifetime of the variable, and next where it will be stored, in which memory it will be stored when the program is running. You already know that a program will be saved in the secondary memory, but when you are running the program it will come into the main memory. Am I right? Any instruction the CPU is executing, it should be there in the main memory. Am I right or wrong? Now if you are running the program or compiling the program, if you have a variable, where it will be stored? Will it be stored in a register or it will be stored in the main memory? Are you able to understand? So that also will be specified with the storage class. And what is the default value? Is it clear? These are the four things the storage class of any variable will define. Now first let me discuss what is a scope. Then I will discuss about the lifetime. Then I will discuss about memory and the default value. Let me look at this one. I have written what is a scope, means the definition of a scope. Let me read it. A scope is a region of the program. It refers where the variables can be accessed after its declaration. Suppose let's take that I have declared a variable. Now where I can access it? Can I access it in the entire program? Can I access it only inside a function, or can I access within the block? That will be specified by the scope of the variable. So scope is a region of the program. It refers where the variables can be accessed after its declaration. Now coming to the lifetime. Lifetime of a variable is the time for which the particular variable outlives in memory during running of the program. Suppose let's take that lifetime is only within the block, or lifetime within the program, or lifetime is entire program. All these things the lifetime will speak. So the scope will tell if you have declared a variable where you can access. Now lifetime will save how much time it will be allowed. Will it be allowed only within the block, or it will be allowed into entire the program? All these things we will discuss one by one. Now already I have discussed about the memory. When you are running the program, whether the particular variable will be saved in the register or it will be saved in the main memory. Now the default value is that, let's take that you have declared a variable. You have not initialized the value to this variable a during the compile time or during the run time, and if you are accessing the value, what value it will give? Will it give the garbage value? Will it give the zero value? What all these things we will discuss one by one. So now coming to the storage classes, we have four storage classes. One is the automatic, and next one is the static. We have the register, and then we have the external variable. So based on the scope, the variables are classified into four types. One is the automatic variable, static variable, register variable, and external variable. Now let me give an example for the memory. When you have defined a variable as a register variable, when you are running this program, that variable will be stored in a register, whereas other variables such as automatic, static and external variables will be saved in the main memory when the program is running. Okay, are you able to understand? Now let me discuss how can you define a variable as an automatic variable, how can you declare a variable as a static variable. All these things we will discuss. To make you understand, let me discuss what is the keyword for using a automatic variable. It is auto. Okay, and for static variable it is static. For register variable it is register only. For external variable it is external. Okay, so this is the keyword you have to use for the particular variable. If you want to specify any variable as a automatic variable, you have to use the keyword called auto. And static it is static, register it is register, but however for external variable it is external. So now let me define or declare a variable A which is automatic variable. Then you have to specify the storage class also here. So now this variable A is a auto variable and the data type is int. Now you can ask me, sir, till now we are not specifying the storage class. Then what is the default? We are not writing till now. Just now we have discussed about the storage classes. Before discussing the storage classes also we have declared the variables. Here we did not specify whether it is auto or static or register or external. I did not written till now. Whatever the programs we have written there, I did not mention what is the storage class. Then what is the default one? By default, the variable will be automatic variable. Is it clear? If you does not specify the storage class, it will be automatic variable based on where you are declaring. So if you want to make it explicitly the auto variable, automatic variable, you have to specify the auto here. Okay. Then based on the lifetime scope, it will be defined. Now let me discuss about the automatic variable, then the static variable, then register variable, then external variable. Now coming to the automatic variable, what is the scope? Okay, the scope is that within the block only. If it is automatic variable, within the block or function where you have declared. Suppose let's take that you have declared a automatic variable within a block, then its scope is within the block only. If you have declared an automatic variable inside a function, then its scope is only within the function. You can access that variable within the function only. Once you come outside the function, you cannot access that variable. Okay, are you able to understand it or not? Now lifetime is same within the block or function only. Now memory is main memory only. When the program is running, the automatic variable will be stored in the main memory, and the default value for the automatic variable is the garbage value. So if you does not initialize any value to the automatic variable during the compile time or during the run time, if you access the value, it will give the garbage value. Okay. Now let me discuss about the automatic variable with a simple example. Okay, so that you will understand the scope and lifetime. Let me write, I have including the stdio.h standard input output header file, and then I am writing another function called int sum int comma int. So this is the function I am declaring, which is a user defined function called sum. The data type it is means the return type is int. So this function will return an integer value and it will take two parameters. Now let's take that I am writing void main and I am declaring some variable a. Okay, is it clear? Are you able to understand? And I am something writing here, and here I am writing printf percentage d a value I am writing. Okay, then I have called the function called sum with some values. Let's take that I am passing. Here you have declared c comma d. Let's take that. Here you are passing the value c and d. Some values the user is passing. Okay. Now inside the sum function, okay, you have written int a is equal to 5, then printf percentage d a value. Something I want to specify here about the automatic variable. To make you understand these are the automatic variables, you write the scope as auto, means the storage class is auto. Okay, you have to declare the automatic variables like this. So you have to use the keyword called auto, the data type, and you have to specify the name of the variable. Now let me discuss what this program will give the output. Look at here, I have declared a variable called a, which is automatic variable. I have not initialized during the compile time, and these are the some dummy statements. I have given the print of percentage d a. Now first thing is that, can I access this variable a inside the main function or not? Yes, I can access, because the scope is within the block or function where you have declared. So inside the main function only I have declared the variable a, so I can access it. Okay, now what value it will display, means I have not initialize any value to this variable and I am trying to print that value, then it will give the garbage value. Is it clear? So the variable a will be created in some memory location. Let's take that in 100 memory location it has been created. As we did not initialize any value, by default it will consist of the garbage value, and if you are printing it, it will give a garbage value. Now come to this function sum. Here also you have declared a variable a. Now, can I declare it or not? Yes, you can declare it as an automatic variable. See, you have declared it as an auto. So, it is an automatic variable and the data type is int, and you are giving the name as a. Okay, and you are initializing the value 5. So, then what will happen? In some memory location, let's take that in 200th byte, variable a will be created with the value 5. Now, look at this one. Inside this function you have declared a variable a, which is an automatic variable. Then the variable a has been created in some memory location. Now inside the user defined function called sum, again you have declared a variable called a. Then it will be declared, or it will be created in another memory location with whatever the value you have initialized. Now what value it will display? It will display the output as 5 here. So what I want to say is that you can declare the same variable name, or you can use the same variable name in different functions. Suppose let's take that here I am specifying here another auto variable int a is equal to 5. Whether it is valid or not, it is not valid, because inside the same function you are declaring, or you are using the same variable again, meaning is that you are declaring, already you have declared a variable which is a, again you are redeclaring. It is not correct, but within the another function you can declare it, and the scope I have discussed within the function only. Suppose let's take that you have not redeclared this variable called a, then you are trying to access the variable a. Let's take it like this. Okay, inside the main function only you have declared the automatic variable, okay, and the data type is int, and you have written a. Now you know that scope of the variable is within the function only, or within the block. Now I am trying to access that value. Is it allowed or not? I am not allowed to use this variable a, which is an automatic variable, in another function. Is it clear? So this will give an error for you. Are you able to understand? So this is about the automatic variable. You have to use the keyword auto, and I have discussed about its storage, lifetime, and also the memory, and what is its default value. Now let me discuss about the static variables. For the static variables, you have to mention the storage class as static, and the data type, it is, if you want to store it as an int, you can specify, and variable name, let's write it as a. Then what is the scope is? The scope is within the block or function only. Are you able to understand? Means where you have declared, there only you can access that variable. So scope of the static variable is same as the scope of the automatic variable, which is within the block or within the function. Now what is the lifetime? Lifetime is entire program. Okay, are you able to understand it or not? Whereas about the automatic variables, the lifetime is within the block or function. Now memory is again, they can be stored in the main memory when you are executing the program. And the default value of a static variable is 0 if it is an int. Is it clear? Are you able to understand it or not? If it is a char, then it will be a backslash 0. Is it clear? Now let me discuss with a simple example on the static variables. Okay, suppose let's take that you have written a small program hash include stdio.h. You have written void, okay, some inc, then void you have specified. So this is the user defined function called inc, and the return type is void, and the parameters is also void. So this function comes in the category called does not return any value and does not have any parameters, without arguments and without return type. Then I have written void main. Okay, I have called the function called inc like this. So just I am calling the function, and there is a get ch here. This is okay. Now let me declare the function. Sorry, define the function. Okay, void inc. I no need to specify the arguments. Here what I am doing is that I have created a static variable, okay, with a data type as int, and a I have specified. Okay, then I have written a is equal to a plus 5 printf percentage d a. Okay, now what will happen? You know that every program will start executing from the main function. Now inside the main function, you are calling a function called inc. So it will go to the function definition. Okay. Now look at this program. Static int a. So a variable a will be created in some memory location, and as you have not initialized any value, then it will have the default value which is 0. Is it clear? So then a is equal to a plus 5. So a is equal to a value is 0, 0 plus 5 will be 5, that will be assigned to the variable a. So the value will be updated to 5. And here you are writing print of percentage d a. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? Then it will display the value as 5. Okay, once this statement has been executed, you will again come back to this main function. Again there is a function called inc. Again it will come to the function definition of function called inc. Then again you have static int a. Then what will happen is that lot of students will think that again it will become 0, and then a is equal to a plus 5, and then again it will print the value 5. But look at the lifetime. Lifetime is whatever the memory you have created, it will be there for the entire program. Is it clear? It will not be redeclared. Is it clear? So what will happen is that a value was 5, because this is stored for the entire program. So a value is already 5. So it will be 5 plus 5. It will be 10. Okay. So a value, if you are printing, you will get the value as 5 and 10. Okay. So for this program, a value is equal to 5 and a value is equal to 10. Even if I write like this also, it does not change much. Why? If you does not initialize with 0, if you keep it simply like stat int a, because the default value is 0, so either you are initializing with the value 0, if you are not initializing, it does not matter. Okay, if I write this program like this also, it will display the output as 5 and 10. Now to make you understand about the automatic variables, let me use the storage class here as auto. Then what the output of this program, you look at it. Okay, is it clear? Now look at the program void main inc. So you will come to the function definition. You have declared a automatic variable. Okay, so a, and you have initialized the value 0 in some memory location. Okay, then you have written a statement as a is equal to a plus 5. So 0 plus 5, it will become 5. Okay, and if you are writing print of percentage d a, then whatever the value of a, that will be printed as an output. Okay, now once the statement is done, the control will come here. Now again there is a function called inc. So it will come to the function definition, void inc. Now again look at the statement auto int a. Now we will look at the what is the lifetime of a variable if it is an automatic variable within the block or function only. So again the a value will not become 5. It is becomes 0. Please remember this point. If it was a static variable, the value was 5, then 5 plus 5, it will become 10. But as it is an automatic variable, the previous value will be lost, and again you will initialize the value as 0. Is it clear? Then a is equal to a plus 5. 0 plus 5, it will become 5, and that value you are printing. So here if you specify the storage class as auto, then this program is giving the output as 5 and 5. If you specify it as a static, then it is giving the output as 5 and 10. So this is the way you can differentiate the automatic variable and the static variable. Okay, I hope you have understood about the automatic variable and the static variables. In the next video, I will discuss about the register variable and the external variables in detail. If you still have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.